coming up today on Studio 13 Live. The Queen of Pop just announced her concert stop right here in Seattle. Jody and Bender from iHeartRadio stopped by to talk about the big announcement. Come along with me for the flight of a lifetime as we learn to fly a seaplane. We'll show you how you can learn to do this yourself.
He said, "Did you lose a suitcase?" And I said, "Yeah, 4 years ago."
A Pacific Northwest woman is reunited with her luggage 4 years after it got lost on a trip. What she found inside when she opened it. Then why Marie Osmond says she won't be leaving a single penny to her kids. Plus, Lucky Envelope Brewing stops by to show us some of their culturally inspired beer. And then we learn to make signature cocktails with mezzanote. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all
Thank you so much for joining us today on Studio 13 Live. I'm Carly Henderson. Maria's off just enjoying the beaches of Hawaii, living her best life. So we actually have a really special guest co-host today. Drum roll, please. It's Erin Mayovsky.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited you're here with us, holding it down. You do look like sunshine.
I thought in honor of Maria, I'm going to go sleeveless here and act like we're in Hawaii. Like it's hot in the studio, it's feeling good. I can't believe she got to get a break. That's great.
I know, it's so great. And we actually gave people some clues online and on Good Day Seattle. And one of the clues was that you brought sunshine wherever you go, and you do it with your personality and your outfit. So.
And forecasting, right?
Yes.
We talk about that. What about that sunshine yesterday?
Oh my gosh. Every sunny day here, I just feel like I really soak it up, make the most of it. It was so nice.
Oh, I love it here in the Pacific Northwest. It's always great, but we got to talk today, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited to kind of jam about all this stuff that's going on.
I know, a lot of pop culture news, a lot going on, a lot of TikToking. So.
For sure, and I've got to get better at TikTok for sure. But all right, are you ready for this one?
Let's do it.
Queen of Pop herself just announced her celebration tour, and I am so excited for this one.
Oh my gosh, me too. So that definitely includes a stop right here in Seattle, and she made the announcement with a star-studded video featuring Amy Schumer, Lil Wayne, Jack Black, Diplo, Judd Apatow, and so many more. Dinner party of a lifetime right there.
Yeah.
This tour kicks off in Vancouver, British Columbia on July 15th, and then Seattle's her second stop. So that's pretty good. You can catch her July 18th at Climate Pledge Arena. And our friends Jody and Bender from iHeart are actually going to be joining us in about 10 minutes. They're breaking down everything about the sale, the pre-sale, everything you need to know. Are you going to get tickets to this one?
Well, I'm going to try. I'm putting my mom in charge of it because I put her in charge of the Taylor Swift stuff, and she did great on that. And
wait, you're so lucky. I'm still working to get my Taylor Swift tickets.
Oh my gosh, you had to sit there forever, as you heard. But yeah, this should be great. I mean, come on, all decades. This woman is amazing, and she's had so many hits. Lucky star, I love it.
No kidding. And she's 64 years old, too. She looks incredible. And I don't know, I think taking on a tour like that in your 30s would be a massive undertaking, let alone being in your 60s. And most people are just kind of winding down, chilling out, and getting ready to enjoy the good retire life. Not Madonna.
It's not, easy to do. You got to get up in the morning. You got to put the face on. She has so many different looks.
So many dances.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it all.
I don't know how she does it all either.
There's another person that did it all too. We're talking Marie Osmond. She has been entertaining people for decades, and it has just been great. She says this though, she has built up quite a bit of wealth, and she's really excited to share this. How much of that wealth is she planning on leaving to her kids? 7 of them? Well, not a penny. Not a single penny. The 63-year-old said in a new interview that breeds laziness and entitlement. And I have to agree about kind of the entitlement, that she's worked so hard and she just wants everybody else to work hard. So she's going to spend it all with her husband and then donate it to charity. Maybe she'll spend some on her kids, We'll see about that. I don't know if you think it's good to not leave a fortune to your kids or so, but I think that some people probably say, why aren't you going to do this? You've built up so much. And what are your thoughts? I mean, this is kind of a hot topic for sure.
It is. And I know a lot of celebrities have spoken out too, like Gordon Ramsay, Simon Cowell, Gene Simmons, Sting. Everybody has an opinion about this. I think that I like the idea behind it. I like the idea of wanting her kids to develop their own work ethic. And I know myself, like I've had a ton of different jobs throughout my life. When I was trying to make it, I've worked at a spa. When I was in college, I was waiting tables at restaurants. I've done a bunch of random jobs. I delivered balloons for like a task at one point. And I feel like it gave me really great stories. And so I think the idea that she wants them to work hard and she wants them to kind of make it on their own is great. I wouldn't be surprised if she just kind of surprised them at the end though and said, actually, and you do get some too, because I don't think she would do this if she didn't fully believe in her kids, you know?
I think so too. I mean, she has worked hard. I'm sure she's going to share a lot of the wealth, pre-wealth, right? You can get it out of the way, but there is something to say about that entitlement that, you know, people work so hard for their money, they get it, and then they leave it to their kids, and then maybe their kids do become lazy, they don't do anything, but if they maybe pay it forward and do something bigger and better and push it out to the world, then I'm all about that. But
for sure. What about as a parent? Because you have a couple little ones of your own too.
Well,
does that change it?
It does a little bit. I mean, I've set some stuff aside for their college education, got that. I did the GET program. I love that. That is going to afford us to send them to college, hoping they get like scholarships for academics or soccer or something like that, maybe basketball. But I will have a little bit of something for them, but they also work really hard. I have trained them to work really hard. They clean my car, they vacuum, they do the yard work. It's great. I mean,
should I have kids now?
You should have them so you have little minions doing this stuff for you. And I drive them everywhere in between, you know, jobs. I'm like at soccer practice and coaching their softball team. So there's something to be said. I think there's a swift balance.
Yeah, it sounds like you found the right balance.
Yeah,
that
we'll see.
Great.
All right. Well, when you go on vacation, the last thing you want to think of is that ding on your phone and see emails from your work.
Yeah, so there's this tech firm, it's called Dream 11, and it's actually fining employees $1,200 if they bother a coworker who's on vacation. So the company says this is part of an effort to ensure that its employees get to switch off when they're on vacation so they can come back refreshed afterwards. The company also makes it mandatory that people take a week off every year. Once a year for a whole week, employees are kicked out of the system. They don't have access to Slack or emails or calls or anything.
I like it. I like it for
too.
sure. Forced to take a vacation because, you know, in our field of work, it's hard to get a vacation time. So we're glad Maria's gone.
Yeah.
Right? Should we ding her during this?
No, we have to leave her alone. We have to leave her alone.
I know. Well, for this show, I put my phone aside. I didn't even bring it out here. So that's good.
Mine's tucked behind here.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have it handy in case of emergency, but I think that's kind of a cool thing. And $1,100? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, $1,100 or $1,200.
That's a hefty fine. I'm not sure that that's what I would want to be dinged, right? I know that in college when we talked into certain class, the teacher dinged us 10 cents.
Oh, I like that.
So who knows?
This is good leadership, in my opinion. This is making sure your employees are living balanced lives. Really, a week isn't that long.
No.
But I will say I have been guilty of not using my vacation days before too, just because I kept waiting and waiting. And don't do that. Always make sure you use your vacation time. It's yours. You work for it. Do it. And even like I think it's really important just during the weekdays too to have a way to switch off your brain. So for me, it's like taking a walk as soon as work is over, refresh, decompress a little bit. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, the phone will always be there. You can get that stuff whenever.
It will, yeah. Put it on silent, step away from it. One of my friends even like sprays a little smell that means, and she smells it and that means work is over. And she said it's been really helpful for her to do that too.
That is a really good, it's so hard to get time off, and especially during the work week, but just schedule it. And even if you don't have anything scheduled, a trip, everybody thinks time off, you have to take a trip, you have to find inexpensive ways to get out of town. What about a staycation? I love doing that.
Staycations
I
are
love
great.
getting the to-dos list done.
Yeah. Take time and relax.
All right, you ready for the next topic here? Okay, so a woman's wholesome post about her dad's social life is going viral on Twitter. It's kind of interesting and funny all at the same time. She shared this photo of his discussion agenda. Yeah, it's a discussion agenda. She says her dad goes to the bar with his friends every Friday. Seems fun. He makes a list of discussion topics. And as you can see right here, here's the list. Laird's water heater, Prince Harry, Tuandamar Hamlin, and the future of the NFL. They talk sports talk, radio, vacation plans, and then there's open discussion filed by thoughts of superstitions about Friday the 13th. A lot of people online are talking about how wholesome this is and how they might even try it on dates. That would be interesting.
I love it. I think this is so sweet. And I think it's so intentional too. You know,
Yeah.
you can get together, you can talk about whatever, but having some fun topics, especially if it's with people that you don't know super well right off the bat, I think that's a really good idea. And I don't know, I also have this game, it's called We're Not Really Strangers. And it's a game of like, you pull these little cards and they have questions on them. And it's really fun. I've played it with my sister. You can do it with people you don't know well or with people that you know super well. And it really keeps it fresh and gives you interesting new things to talk about. So I'm a big fan of this. I think it's the cutest thing ever.
I think it's good. It's fun to be put on the spot sometimes
Yeah.
too, because you get the most genuine and authentic, wholesome answers.
Yeah.
I know we were at a dinner party recently and my husband said, hey, let's play a game. Everybody had drinks and he said, hey, let's have some shots. I thought, oh gosh, I know where he's going. Had a couple shots, you know, people are loose, and then he starts asking questions. What's something that you would regret that you'd go back in life and do over or maybe not do? And it really got the table talking.
Oh yeah.
And it really did. Some people opened up about a lot of stuff and thought, wow, did your significant other know that you traveled here or did this? It was just kind of fun, interesting things.
And everyone has such an inner world too, right?
Yeah.
So many things they're thinking about, but it's awkward to just bring it up out of the blue.
Yeah.
So having those topics is great. I think this is so cute.
I know, so fun. Okay, let's move on to the next one. An Oregon woman was just reunited with her luggage. I love this story because I have a story about this too.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this. And get this, this happened 4 years after it was lost.
Last week, all of a sudden I get a phone call from Texas, Houston, Texas, saying that they had found my luggage. And I was confused, and they said, did you lose a suitcase? And I said, yeah, 4 years ago. And so come and find out they found my suitcase. It was in Honduras. And who knows where else it went.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Back in 2018, she was coming home on a United Airlines flight and somehow her suitcase ended up on a detour to Honduras. And then after months of searching, United told her that the bag's disappearance was a mystery and that they probably wouldn't find it. She has been compensated for some, but of course not everything. All those lost items you can't make up for. So you fast forward to last week when her luggage showed up in Houston with everything, including her jewelry, clothes, laptop chargers, still inside. And they sent it back to her in Oregon, which was really cool. And she said she's just glad there were no bugs in it. I mean, there could have been like bed bugs or something, you know, traveling across the countries with suitcases. And I have a story about this. We moved, we didn't travel. I have had my luggage lost before on the airlines, but we moved once. And my husband loaded all of our suitcases up. He said, just pack everything in your suitcases. He put them on a flatbed truck. And we only went maybe less than 4 blocks. And later, I was unpacking and said, where's my suitcase, the black one with the pink label on it? He said, I don't know. We packed it. We moved it. Well, about 5 years later, up on a road where we live in bushes, it had fallen out and rolled, and somebody brought it to our house because it had our address on it. So it was growing moss and everything, but I found some good treasures in it. It was so hilarious. I had some presents for my mom and my kids that I had wrapped up and hid, so I gave them to them later. It was like a time capsule.
That's amazing. It was just there waiting for you. How many times did you pass it? And it was just sitting there collecting moss and hanging out.
I probably passed it 50 times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've definitely like put my stuff in storage for a period of time and then pulled it out like a year or two later. And I felt like I was going shopping again, opening up my old boxes. I was like, wow, this is a shirt I haven't found in so long. Here's a sweater. So it's always fun when that's unexpected. I'm just surprised she got it again too. Because when you lose something on an airline, you really never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, you do not. It's crazy. And you just hope and pray every single time. That's why I kind of hardly ever check.
Yeah.
I keep it with me. All right. We've got so much more to go here. Coming up, we're breaking down this Madonna tour announcement with Jody and Bender are here. They're gonna give us the very latest, when you can get tickets, who's performing with her, and everything you need to know.
And a little bit later on, you can hang out with me in the cockpit of a seaplane as I learn to fly. I can't wait to show you this amazing experience that I got to have. But first, we've got a word from our buddy Scott. Hey Scott, what's going on?
How's it going, guys? We have an exciting message today that's sure to grow on you. Get ready for the 40th annual Tacoma Home and Garden Show, January 26th through the 29th at the Tacoma Dome. With more than 500 inspiring and enlightening experts and vendors, you're going to get great ideas to transform your indoor and outdoor space. Meet the experts from local nurseries and stock up on household plants, bulbs, garden accessories, and more. Plus, learn about emerging trends in interior and home design. And new this year, the Tacoma Makers Market, featuring artisans who followed their passions and started businesses during the pandemic. Come see their talents and take home a unique handcrafted item. Ready for the best part? Opening day, January 26th. Admission is free. That's right, $0, thanks to the good folks at Hunt Service who are picking up the tab. After that, it's $15 for adults. Kids 12 and under are always free of charge. So is the parking. For more information, log on to Tacoma homeandgardenshow.com. Now, back to the show.
Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me. I think they're okay. If they don't give me proper credit, I just walk away.
Well, she spans across many decades. The Queen of Pop is coming to Climate Pledge Arena, and we have details. She just announced her global tour this morning, and it's crazy to think that she's doing this again.
So exciting. And joining us to talk more about this and some other entertainment headlines, we've got Jody and Bender from Mornings on 95.7 The Jet. Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
morning.
First of all, right out of the gate, want to make sure that Aaron knows where to get the tickets. Every morning this week, Jody and I have our song of the day. We announce it at 6 o'clock every morning on 95.7 The Jet. And then we'll play that song sometime between the start of the show and the end of the show. When you hear it, caller 9, you win the tickets.
Right.
Okay.
And Aaron, I'll give you a very special number to call, okay? So just so you
Okay.
know, we have your tickets.
I will be calling every day under alias names.
Yes, you'll get it. You'll get it. What else do we need to know about this show?
Oh my gosh, what's not to be excited about? Madonna coming to Climate Pledge. I mean, she hasn't been here since 2012. So that's a long time. If you want to purchase a ticket, if you're not lucky enough to win one on our show this week, they go on sale Ticketmaster on Friday at 10 a.m. Or if you're a Legacy Club member, which is like Madonna's fan club, or you have a City card. Do you have a City card, Bender?
No.
I have a City card. If you happen to have a City
That's
credit
because
card.
you're special.
I have a
I have
Citi
so many
card.
credit cards. It's wonderful. Yeah. Well, then you and all the Legacy members can buy tickets on the 17th at 10 a.m.
I hope
That-
she
wait,
brings some
that's today.
cameos out there. I hope she brings
Is
some
that
friends
today?
on stage.
That's today.
So, wait, so if you have a City card, you can
today.
buy the tickets today.
Today.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
today.
So,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, and they're calling it's the celebration tour 4 decades of Madonna. So, hopefully, and it was funny because Jody and I were talking about this earlier this morning. I'm hoping you go to the show and you get to enjoy the actual hits from Madonna, and it's not like, you know, all of her greatest hits are packaged in like a 15-minute thing, and then everything else is, hey, here's new music.
No. Why do you think she would do that to us? We were arguing off air about this morning because he thinks that she's going to, skimp on Material Girl and Like a Virgin and Ray of Light and all the good songs that we want to hear and just sort of junk out some new stuff that nobody likes. But all of it is good. I mean, she's got a million songs to play.
Definitely, she cannot skip those hits too. Especially, I'm sure the tickets will not be cheap too.
Oh my gosh, Vogue. I love
So
those.
many
She's
good
got
ones.
to do. They're perfect for dancing.
Yeah.
Those songs. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Well, we have other things to talk about today. We're talking about Miley Cyrus, and she's getting a lot of attention this morning for the new song and music video. Can we talk about that? What are the hidden things behind what she's trying to say here, or is?
Miley Cyrus she's pulling a Taylor Swift. You notice that?
Yes.
She's pulling a Taylor Swift
How is she pulling a Taylor Swift?
because she's going to pour all of her heartbreak into an album and is going to make a ton of money off of her heartbreak over Liam Hemsworth.
It's not Taylor Swift specifically. I mean, how many songs have been written about love and loss? There's only a jillion out there. So it's a normal song.
Right out of the gate, Flowers, the
Yeah.
first lead single off of Endless Summer Vacation, was dropped. And if you didn't notice this, it was dropped last week on the 13th, which just happened to be Liam Hemsworth's birthday.
Oh,
So that's number one.
sneaky.
Is that petty? Or
No.
is that just letting you know that we know?
Just happens to be. It's just a regular Friday.
It's, of course, not the first song that she's written about Liam. Wrecking Ball was about their relationship.
Yeah.
So was Malibu. So, and then on a totally different note, the hook of the song
I love it.
is answering everything from Bruno Mars when I was your man. She says, I can hold my own hand, I can buy my own flowers, I can dance with myself.
Yep.
So she's like hitting it at everybody.
She doesn't need him. She is independent and grown, and she does not need a man to buy her things or keep her company, because the best company for an independent woman can be yourself.
And a
that is the-
microphone.
I'm so
And a
on board with
microphone.
that.
Well said.
I love the song. I
Right?
love the music video.
Yeah.
I love the
Right?
message. And we should all be buying ourselves flowers. That's what I think.
For sure, you got to do it. Her
Yeah.
independence
That's
is
right.
powerful. Her and Dolly lit it up too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Jody and Bender, thank you so much. We're going to be checking back in with you every Tuesday and Thursday.
How about that? We'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.
We'll talk to you soon. Coming up, we have so much good stuff for you.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate Lunar New Year at a local Asian-owned brewery. We'll tell you more about their 8-day celebration. Get a taste of their culturally inspired beers. Yum.
And this is not a one-way conversation either. We want you to join in. We are always happy to hear from you. So you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube under Studio 13 on Fox. Lunar New Year is coming up this Sunday, and you can celebrate with local Asian-owned businesses across the Puget Sound.
Yeah, it is going to be fun. Starting this weekend, Lucky Envelope Brewing in Ballard is going to be hosting an 8-day long, if you can believe it, 8-day celebration with special beer releases and even some events that we're going to be playing. You got to talk to us about this.
Yeah, Barry Chan, welcome.
Thanks
so you're
for
the
having me
founder.
on. Yeah, I'm the co-founder and head brewer of Lucky Envelope Brewing in Ballard.
Amazing, great. Tell us all about everything you do.
Yeah, so we opened in May of 2015. We're located in Ballard, and we love brewing culturally inspired beers. And what that means is we like to brew very traditional styles of beer, European lagers, IPA, but then we also like to put different twists from inspiration that we receive from cultures from around the world. And I'm really excited for you to try some of these beers that we did put our twist onto.
Yeah, and you've managed to stay in business a long time too. You've been in business for 8 years.
8 years.
What's the
It's been
secret?
crazy.
What's the trick?
The beer. The best secret.
Yeah, is have a very supporting spouse.
I agree.
yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, it's
for sure.
it's awesome. Yeah, she's amazing, and she helps keep the whole family together, and also deals with my my craziness.
We always have to have someone to balance this
Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely have to, but you're kind of doing generations and cross pollination of all these beers across the world to kind of bring it all back home here.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, with that, we have 3 different beers that I wanted to share with you today. So you get a little sneak preview of what we're offering that we're going to be releasing starting on Saturday of this week.
Let's do
that's cool.
it.
Let's try
Let's check them out.
All right.
And while you're pouring those, tell us kind of about some of the events that you have coming up too. I know you're really big on the community.
Yeah, so the first events that we're going to be doing is kind of we have a it's going to start Saturday the 21st and go to the 22nd. 21st is going to be the first day that we're operating. And what we do is we give out lucky red envelopes, which you can see right there.
Oh, yeah.
And those are very traditional gifts that the older generation gives the younger generation.
What's usually inside?
Money.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
money.
we get money if we come?
They are full. They get little coupons, and you can get
cool.
gifts. So you can get like a T-shirt or some couple dollars off a beer, things like that. And that's what our brewery is actually named after, is the lucky red envelope.
Oh my gosh,
and traditionally, the red is supposed to ward off evil spirits, and the money inside is supposed to bring you good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Let's try that.
I don't mean to be pushy, but let's try this beer. And also, tell us a little bit about you're one of the only businesses, Asian-run businesses here, and how you're contributing to the community and bringing other communities and partners in to kind of make this work.
Yeah, so we are one of the few, as far as I know, Asian American
Cheers,
owned.
y'all.
Cheers. Few Asian American owned breweries in Washington and even in the greater United States. So what we like to do is we like to reinforce those ties that we have with the Asian American community. We have a lot of shared history, shared heritage. But then also with that, we can partner with those businesses, and we can also bring kind of beer drinkers that may be not familiar with Asian American traditions or Chinese culture, bring them into the fold, bring them into our sphere, because Lunar New Year celebration has been so big for my family and for Chinese culture. And people love to come in, and we share them by giving out red envelopes and just have special fun beers that we collaborate with breweries especially for Lunar New Year, that are Asian American owned, both in Seattle and around the country.
Yeah, and this is fantastic. Tell us about some of the different canned beers that you're releasing.
Yeah, so the beer that you're tasting right now, that is our Yuzu Pilsner that we brewed with Highland Brewing out of Asheville, North Carolina.
Okay.
And we've been partnered with them for the past 4 years. And the owner there, Leah Wong Ashburn, she's the president and CEO of the company. She is Chinese American, and we've established a really good relationship with her, the brew team, and when we had the chance to travel pre-pandemic, it was a great time, and we hope to bring it back and connect again in the future.
Oh my gosh, well this is so awesome.
My glass is less than yours. I've been letting Carly do the talking here. So I love you're passionate about this.
Thanks.
What brought you up this way? What made you so passionate?
It was, I think for me, the passion just came from me finding something that stoked my interest. I really like the chemistry behind the beer. I love the history of the beer, but I also love the creativity that you can have with the beer, bringing in outside ingredients, things that are a little unusual or not so typical in the brewing industry these days. And another one of the beers that you'll get to try will be a beer that we infused with lychee rose black tea.
Ooh, that sounds
Yeah.
like
Really
it could be a latte or a beer. I'm a big fan.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming in here today. And if you want to check out Lucky Envelope Brewing's Lunar New Year celebration, it's all starting January 21st. We'll have all their info up on our website. It's on your screen right now, fox13seattle.com. Just click on Studio 13 links.
And of course, we are not done with the drinks this morning, right?
Woohoo!
We've got so much more to go. Up next, we're going to be learning how to make some cocktails and mocktails. We're
We
also going to see you
are,
not
yes.
drinking doing this.
No, not drinking while I am flying the seaplane, but it was just as exhilarating as anything you would ever do. It was incredible. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today.
Hey, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm having so much fun today.
It's been fun to chit chat. I've learned so much about you, but I want to know if you consider yourself kind of an adventurous type of person.
I would consider myself adventurous. You know, I love trying new things, and sometimes you just got to aim for the sky. Every once in a while, I feel like I try to push myself and do something that scares me a little bit. So this next adventure definitely tested my courage. Check it out. If you live in the Puget Sound region, you've likely seen seaplanes taking off and landing all around our beautiful city. But I was wondering, what would it be like to actually learn to fly one? Well, today we're going to do just that. Kenmore Air invited us to come check it out. David, thank you so much for inviting us up here. Tell me about everything that Kenmore Air does.
Absolutely. So glad you could join us today. So we've got a lot going on up here at Kenmore Air. Most people know us just for our float plane flights, but we are in our primary hangar here, and we do not only our own maintenance for the planes, but we do restoration and rebuilding programs for the otters and the beavers.
Great.
And we're world renowned for that.
Talk to me about all the places that your seaplanes fly to.
From here, we have two major bases, and that's here in Kenmore, where we are now, and then also on Lake Union. And from both of those locations, you can fly to Victoria, you can go to the San Juan Islands, and we also serve the Channel Islands and Desolation Sound from here. So, and also on a charter basis, you can take one of these planes anywhere you like to go.
This is Ava, my pilot today. How much power will I actually have up in the air? Because I'm sitting in front, I noticed.
You'll have a decent amount of control, but I'm not going to let you do anything dangerous.
How high are we going to go? How fast are we going to go?
So we usually stay at about 500 to 1,500 feet, closer to terrain and obstacles, but we stay over the water anytime we're below 500 for sure.
Okay, and what are sort of the rules of flying a seaplane?
Yeah, so, well, we do have a few other things that, your standard plane doesn't have to avoid, like boats, jet skis, any sort of water traffic, buoys, all those sort of things, and also boat wakes and big waves as well.
What are we going to be flying?
We're going to be in a Piper Super Cub.
A Super Cub?
Yep.
Okay, the names of planes are the cutest things ever. Give me some of the names of the seaplanes.
Behind us, we've got a Cessna 172 Skyhawk.
Skyhawk.
There's de Havilland Beaver, and a de Havilland Otter as well.
I love that they're all animals. It's so cute. Where are we going to be going?
So we'll be staying mostly on Lake Washington. We'll go over Lake Union and a little bit over Puget Sound, but kind of over the general downtown Seattle area.
Okay, I'm excited. And we're going to take off and land a couple of times, right?
Yes, we'll be doing some splash and goes for sure.
Okay, splash and go. That sounds cute. That sounds easy. Well, I'm so excited to do it with you.
It's gonna be really fun.
You want to teach me some things and then we'll get up in the sky?
Sure, sounds good.
Let's do it.
A few, just I guess, general pieces of information. So the stick, which is what you've got kind of between your legs there, controls our pitch up and down, and then our control left and right, so our bank.
Okay. And so I'm doing all the stuff up here. I'm hoping it's like you're giving me like a video game controller that isn't plugged in and you're actually still doing it all back there. Is it like that?
A little bit. I'll be helping out as much as needed, but you'll be doing as much as you can safely do. All right, now you can start cranking the starter there.
This right here?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna go full power, and then just hold the stick right where it's at. Okay. There you go. Whoa! We are taking off! Whoa, this feels amazing, right? And you have the controls. We'll just keep climbing. So pull the nose up just a little bit, so you're gonna pull back on the stick just a tiny bit right there. So we're gonna climb to 1100, and they're gonna kind of head towards downtown. Oh, it's so beautiful looking at all the mountains. Right? It's so cool to see it from a whole other vantage point. If you want to learn how to land, I can show you. Yeah? Okay, cool. We're going to descend a bit. Right. Water rudders are up, which is what we want. Essentially, we're going to kind of keep this descent attitude for a minute. If you want to get the second notch of flaps in, we're going to start pulling up. So that right there, that is our step attitude. Okay. So that's the attitude we're going to touch down in the water at. All right. There's the water. Oh, we're on the water again. We are. It's so gentle compared to a normal airplane. Right? It happens fast, too. It does. All right, and so I'll let you do most of the takeoff. Okay. So pull the stick all the way back, and then apply full power nice and slowly. Oh, slowly. That's all right. You got it. That was fine. There you go, and all the way up. And now you're just going to hold this attitude. So don't move the stick at all. Okay. Nose up a bit. Nice. Wow, I did it! You did it! We did it! You did it!
Hello! We did it!
She nailed it.
We flew! Am I a pilot now?
Oh yeah,
I'm a pilot.
You got your wings.
Yes, I got my wings.
I still cannot believe that I got to do that. It was the coolest day ever. I just want to keep reliving it. And my grandpa was actually a small plane pilot, so I always thought that was one of the really cool things about him. And I feel like I got to kind of honor him in that way and kind of see a really cool thing that he enjoyed doing too. It was awesome.
It's so cool. I love that. I want to be your maverick. I trust you now. I for sure trust you. You know, I've been up in a plane before with my uncle. He's been a pilot, commercial airlines forever and retired. So
that's
it's kind of a cool thing to fly in the sky.
It feels like a life hack getting to do something like that. So I highly recommend it.
You look the part.
Yes.
All right. Well, if there was ever a moment that you thought you would experience something crazy up there, were you okay with it? Or?
I was fine with it. It was the takeoff and it was really the landing that I got nervous about, but it was the smoothest landing I've ever done on any plane ever, more than a commercial flight or anything. So it was pretty great.
It definitely looked like it.
I'll be doing it again. Okay, coming up, we've got a little blast from the past. Sony is releasing a new version of the Walkman.
I can't believe it. We'll tell you what's different about it this time, and I had one. It was yellow.
I wanna see you smile.
Hey, welcome back. The Walkman is making a comeback. I don't know if you ever thought I was going to say that sentence.
I love it. I had one. So more than 40 years after the original retro gadget went on sale, Sony is launching a new Walkman, if you can believe it. No cassette tapes, though, of course. This time, though, it's played by an MP3, and it lets users stream music from services like Spotify and YouTube. The all-new Walkman goes on sale this month for $350. We had a lot to say about that online, and so here are some of our comments. I think this really
Yeah, this is pretty wild. Okay, people have a lot of thoughts. So it looks like Dave Clint says, I am not sure if there's a big market for Walkmans unless it has some very distinctive features.
Well, for $350. Okay, Silas says, tech companies, why should we make an innovative product while we can just profit off of a gimmick that preys on nostalgia?
Oh, yeah, they might have a point there. Sahib says, you know, the worst part is I know I don't need one, but I will still buy it.
Okay, all right.
At least they know themselves.
Right. Fantasy Magic says, this is an immediate buy for me, for sure.
Ultimus says, I'm going to be realistic. Why should I buy this when I already have my iPhone? That have a point.
I mean, it is a point, but it's like, you know, going back in time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Sir Yankee says, why would I want to carry around and having to manage a second device to listen to music when my cell phone, which goes everywhere with me, already does so much and it's so much more efficient? I agree, but it's like retro, it's throwback, it's getting in touch with the past.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. I mean, $350 is very expensive. I wouldn't think that it should cost that much. That's like half of a new iPhone. And I don't know if it does half of what an iPhone does, but if you're a music lover, I mean, maybe you like the nostalgia. It's cute.
It's just the thing. It's for fashion, right?
Yeah, we've lived a life where we've already had a Walkman. So,
yeah.
I mean, Gen Z wants to experience our past again.
Of
So
course.
here we go. Walkmans are back.
I love it.
Coming up, we're also diving into the internet for another round of Cuckoo reviews. See why some people love or hate the happiest place on earth.
And proof that it's never too late to accomplish your dreams. We'll tell you how this 100-year-old woman accomplished one of her very own. It's exciting. It's all coming up.
Don't gotta wait today. It's happening now.
Hello. So this 100-year-old woman is proving that it is never too late to follow your dreams.
And I love that she's 100. She just became a high school graduate. Take a look.
I am so proud of it because I always felt like it was nothing. You know, everybody's graduating and going, and I said, well, I didn't graduate from high school. And they said, well, and I began to think what my grandmother used to say, stand on your own 2 feet and you do anything you want to.
All right, she does not sound like she's 100 years old.
Oh my gosh, I know. I hope I have that
Powerful.
much gusto when I'm that age.
She's great. The principal of Spencer Court High School in New York presented a diploma to Pearl Newman, and Newman grew up in the town but was not able to finish high school because she had to work on her family's farm to help support her family. What a great lady. She's spent her life devoted to family, work, and volunteer service, but it's always a regret of hers that she didn't get her high school diploma. So the principal also gave Newman a school ID, which is really cool. She will use it and be included in the display for the class of 2023. I think at any age it's great.
Absolutely, and especially like knowing that she gave so much to her family and helped them so much. I bet it felt so good to just feel like I got that diploma. I think that's awesome. I'm so happy for her.
Triple digits.
Yeah, man. I mean, to make it to that age even is amazing. Okay, so now it's time for Cuckoo reviews, where we just dive into the most absurd internet reviews. And the first one is for Disneyland.
Okay, for Disneyland, this person said Walt Disney will be turning in his grave if he saw what they have done to the place. Don't get me wrong, I was a hardcore Disney fan on multiple fronts, but the company seems to have lost its way. The food is subpar, and the behaviors of both the employees and visitors is on a downward trend. Too bad the magic has worn out after all Mickey is set to be in the public.
Okay, and
domain
as you see, he posted a couple photos there. There was that half-eaten burger.
Yeah.
He captioned it, "Food at the park. Burger was semi-frozen." And then he also just had that general photo of Christmas lights with the caption, "Pickpockets, quite a number of them." I don't know if he got pickpocketed, and if so, I feel like that maybe should have been included in the review, but man, he was not happy about that.
Well, I just know that if you don't get good food and have a great atmosphere, it kind of brings it down. You got to have one or the other for sure, right?
At least one or the other, yeah.
Right.
Other people liked it though.
Oh, yeah, I think some people did. This fellow guy gave it 5 stars and wrote, "It's always a good time going to Disneyland. It's definitely not a good place to go if you're poor, though." Cha-ching. I get that. We were just talking about that.
Yeah,
maybe
it is.
Disney can bring it back down.
I know. It's so fun. It is really expensive, though. This person gave Disneyland 3 stars and said, I got this blue milk from Star Wars Land and my whole family tried it. They said it tasted okay. I thought it would have tasted better, but I really enjoyed my stay at Disneyland. I'm just surprised an entire family would share a glass of milk.
Gross.
I don't know what my family does, but I guess, I mean, if it's blue, maybe it's exciting.
Do you think they had straws?
I hope so. I hope so. I'm big on like not sharing mouth germs.
I don't like that, and I don't like milk like that much. I mean, I like a latte, but
yeah, especially on a hot day, which it probably is if you're at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you come across any funny reviews, be sure to DM them to us or tag Studio 13 Live on social media because we love seeing them. Okay, coming up, impress your family and friends with some very fancy drinks at your next party.
That's right. Mezzanotte is joining us in studio with some winter cocktail and mocktail recipes. We'll be right back. Keep it here on Studio 13.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds.
Hey, welcome back to Studio 13 Live. So, Erin, I've got a question for you. Are you a party goer or a party thrower?
I'd say I'm kind of both, but I'd be more of a party thrower.
I'm
love
a
to have
party
control.
goer.
All
so
right,
this
you
works
come
out.
over.
I'll come to the party if you invite me.
I will, for sure, yeah.
I love it. Well, today we're going to learn about some awesome recipes, so we're so excited. Our special guest is here with us today. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for coming.
Jason Kochin from Mezzanotte. You're going to get us some great cocktails, right? And mocktails.
Yeah, and mocktails. I got a mocktail for you at the end. Yeah.
Awesome,
For dry
great.
January
Yeah.
viewers.
And I know you craft a lot of this in-house, too. You make liqueurs, you make amari. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, so when I took over the bar program in April, I was like, I want to do something that I'm not seeing in Seattle. So I started making amari. I started with the rhubarb that you'll see in the first cocktail that I'm making. And then just kind of expanded from there. I've got an alpino, I've got a spruce tip, I've got a limoncello. But yeah, a little bit about Mezzanotte. We focus in northern Italian fare in the heart of Georgetown under Chef Jason Stratton. We've got an amazing patio that's covered for the winter that we take the cover off for summer, so it's just beautiful. Feels like you're in an Italian villa.
Nice.
And we just installed a disco bathroom last week.
I love a good bathroom moment.
So we've got mirrored tiles on the inside, and on the wall and the ceiling, and then a disco ball. So look, it feels like you're inside a disco ball with a disco ball.
Because sometimes the restaurants and bars, like the bathrooms, have forgotten land. So I love that you all took a moment
It's pretty
to make
amazing,
it special.
and we've got Italo disco on loop in there.
Okay, that's a special
24/7.
place, especially if you have a cocktail going in and you
Exactly.
think, wow, this is
Right.
really cool or trippy, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, let's check out this first cocktail.
Yeah, so this first cocktail is called the Yada Yada Yada. It's a throwback to one that I did this summer. It's what we call an equal parts cocktail in the business. So we're going to start with 3/4 of an ounce of Brovo gin. Brovo is located in Woodinville, and they have a really cool program there. They do gins, they do vodka, they do amari. And yeah, just a nice London dry gin. Next up, we've got Strega, which is an Italian liqueur that actually translates to witch.
Witchy cocktail.
Yeah, so it's actually from the town Benevento. It came about in the late 1800s, and the lore is that's where all the witches.
Is this going to put some kind of spell on us?
We'll see. Only time will tell.
Wait,
So,
wait, I'll be back tomorrow.
3/4 of an ounce of that. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of my rhubarb amaro. This is actually the first amari that I crafted. Nice and spring-centric, grapefruit, orange zest, rhubarb, obviously.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And explain what amaro is.
Amaro's, I mean, it can be pretty vast. It's essentially a bitter liqueur.
Okay. Okay. Delicious.
Yeah. Sometimes it's an aperitif, so before dinner. Sometimes it's a digestive to settle the stomach after dinner. And then we're going to finish with just some fresh lime juice.
That looks good.
And then...
Is this a hangover cocktail or not?
Yeah, actually...
How many can you have?
Yeah.
It's mostly booze except for the lime. I mean, it's all booze except for the lime juice.
So it's good for sipping?
Yeah.
Little baby sips, maybe?
So it's kind of like when you have one afterwards, you're like, oh, it's been great work.
We already knocked our heads just thinking about it.
And we're sober.
Story of my life, for real.
All right. We'll do
And then
a
is this
little-
in the teeny glasses? Or which
Yeah,
glasses?
usually we do it in a coupe, but I'm doing one for
Cool.
2 glasses. So we did
Perfect.
these little digestive glasses. So
And then what's at the bottom of that glass?
that is a Luxardo cherry.
Oh. It's like a little prize at the bottom.
Exactly.
Special treat
So that is
for those who make it there.
That is the yada yada yada.
Amazing.
My goodness.
Thank you so much. There you go, my
we'll
lady.
try this. Cheers to you, Jason.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that is so
Oh, that's
yummy.
good. Easy going down.
Yeah, it goes down a little too easy for
That's why I
me
said, what's the
mostly.
hangover factor on this? Because, or the sugar intake, I guess
Yeah.
down water in between.
Right.
I like how it tastes a little fruity too. That's so
Yeah.
good. The rhubarb in it.
Yeah, you get the rhubarb with the orange zest, the grapefruit zest.
So good.
This
yeah.
feels
And then-
like summer fresh, kind of.
Yeah, and you've also got a winter cocktail, right?
I do, yeah. So this one's going to be a play on the classic Negroni.
Mhm.
I'm calling this Do Amari Rejuvenate Everything because I believe they do or dare. So we're going to start with 1 ounce of Peloton Mezcal. So just kind of a smoky agave tequila.
Ooh, I love agave. I like that glass that you have it in.
Yeah, so we're just going to stir this one. Essentially, the main rule for bartending is if it has juice, you shake it. If
Okay.
it doesn't, you stir it.
Good to know.
We're learning so much today.
Next, we're going to have a Campari, classic Italian bitter liqueur. We do half an ounce of that. Next up, we've got grapefruit-infused Punta Mess. So I take grapefruit, take the swath off of 1 grapefruit, put that in the Punta Mess. Punta Mess is an Italian sweet vermouth, and it actually stands for 1.5 points. So 1 point sweetness, 1/2 point bitter.
Ooh.
So we do 3/4 of an ounce of that.
Let's get this one
Amazing,
going.
yeah.
This one's actually all booze. So.
Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe, I'm already feeling a little warm.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do a 1/4
Just a little
ounce
sip.
of my house Genepi. So Genepi is something, it's a liqueur that you'll find in a lot of bars, but I was able to track down the actual flower, which is related to wormwood, but without the psychedelic properties. Of
Sweet.
so that's all in there. So we got
I don't think we're going to even have time for the mocktails,
I know.
which is fine, right?
Yeah,
That will
but
be online.
We'll put the link to the mocktail online too.
Okay.
If you're doing dry January,
Yeah.
he does all the most delicious beverages.
Yeah.
I have to say too, I studied abroad in Italy. I was not drinking drinks this classy during my study
feel
abroad
like it's
time.
become a lot cooler now, right?
I
There's a
think
lot
so.
new.
There's so many good like artisanal cocktails.
Right. Fancy.
This is great. Oh my gosh. And y'all are located in Georgetown.
Yeah,
so if
12
anyone wants to visit
1210
Mezzanotte.
South Bailey Street.
Great. And you can check out all these recipes on our website, fox13seattle.com. You can just click on Studio 13 links. I love it. He's finishing up this cocktail here. We've got a lot coming up tomorrow, too, on Studio 13 Live. We are chatting with Laura Dern about her new movie, The Sun. We've also got Mary Hill Winery. They're going to be stopping by with delicious food and wine pairings. So much more. We'll see you tomorrow.